I'm Captain America from America.
And I'm Banana Man, and I'm from England, Acacia Road.
Comic Book Syndicate, assemble!
Assemble!
People are clapping.
Unbelievable. Yeah, you know, I want to thank our audience. Tim. Thank you, Tim, for coming. Thanks a lot.
And
Tim is always here.
And Tim. Okay, so you guys have noticed we've changed locale. We are at a new location. It's downtown Windsor. It is called P-Hog. P-Hog?
Fog Lounge. Fog.
Now they were voted the best place in Canada for live bands to perform. They are now kicking off, as of 7 or 8 days ago, the greatest poutine live in Canada.
Live poutine.
Live poutine. You come here, they have a poutine menu of all shapes and
places
sizes.
you go to, and it's a photograph?
Okay. Our guest today, Brian Kelly.
Woo!
Yes.
Hello.
Coming here. Yeah! All the way from another country.
I know.
He's from the country Detroit.
That's right.
It's very close to us.
From where?
Ferndale, Michigan.
Well, Detroit Comics.
Yeah, Detroit
Comics. Yeah.
It's a small little place.
Sparkles.
But I would also like to thank Jay Zeman for 38 episodes at the Fish Market.
Yeah!
And I'd like to thank our audience, who's I think over there because clearly no one's here. So.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about?
Asterios Polyp. I hope that's pronounced right. It's Greek. I thought it was Italian. I was gonna ask you, but it's Greek. He's
Wait,
Italian.
what would you ask me for?
Because you're Italian.
I find that to be very racist.
Accurately.
Stereotypical.
This is a graphic novel by the artist of Batman Year One. Has anyone here read Batman Year One?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, all of them. This is. I didn't expect it to be this good, but this guy, who I had only known as an artist, has written a graphic novel.
What's his name?
David Mazzucchelli, the artist from Batman Year One.
Okay.
This graphic novel, not only is it a great story, but it completely, utilizes everything Scott McCloud discussed in Understanding Comics. Every, completely turns the form inside out and takes it a step further. I don't even want to give away what happens in the story, but it's the whole life of this guy, starting with almost the end of it, and then going back and explaining, how things lead up to that last scene. And every step of the way, each revelation is amazing. And on top of it, what he does is he sets up this thing where the lead character is an architect. And so at one point, he says, imagine if everyone saw the world in such a way that, and then he explains it by showing that each person is a different style of art, whether it be expressionist or, I don't know, I'm not an art historian. But anyway, and so it gets to the point where there'll be scenes where people get into arguments and they'll actually be reduced to like shapes or designs and stuff like that. And again, without even spoiling anything that happens in the story, I absolutely recommend this. I think it's incredible.
I know I first saw his work for Year One and then went back, because he started in the 80s with, I think, Daredevil. And yeah, here's a guy who got to work with Miller and just great, and got to revolutionize not just Batman, but Daredevil. All that stuff when we talk about and then comic books took a big turn with Watchmen and da-da-da.
Right.
This is the man. It was his artwork that did it. He's probably what now, I think he's 40 or something like that now.
No, he's like 60.
No. He's.
No?
I made notes.
Well, Batman.
And I put them in my shoe.
Is,
Batman Year One, you're talking like mid-80s?
He was born September 21st, 1960.
Okay, so...
That's 50.
Carry the one.
Carry the one. Think about it.
Damn, he's 40!
So, here's a guy who did some amazing work and got to work with some greats and did the whole thing. And this is what I believe I saw on your website, was when Kirkman talks about creator-owned stuff and changing the comic book industry and doing stuff on your own. And it's kind of a cheat, because this guy has tons of experience and is really brilliant, but you can tell he's almost showing off being smart in some of it.
That was going to be my point. We had a book club for this, and we talked about it. And it seems to me he has the same sort of pretension that I think Alan Moore does. Now, I'm not saying I hate Alan Moore or anything when I say it, but he's definitely pretentious.
Alan Moore.
So I think he uses all these little creative little things in the book just to show off a little bit. and it's what different convention can I use here? The color and the styling, and it just seems like a little pretentious. And
It is that, but what it is for like I like drawings. I more like art in comics than I like writing. I always have. And this is a story that has been told before. It's a professor who's coming of age again. You know, like teenagers come of age, and this is an adult male who's intelligent coming of age again. The story's been told like by Steve Martin and Shop Girl and stuff like that. Like it's been done before, you know, but he does it so well. It's beautifully done.
Does the professor experiment with animals to make himself thinner, or
he architects them?
Here's the thing. I think that the lead character is pretentious, but I think his wife counteracts that by being more down to earth.
But he's talking about the art style.
But I think the lead character represents that. So even though it may come off as pretentious at first, she's there to ground it. And so I think even though it has that element of like he's showing off how well educated he is, she's there to sort of ground him and counteract that pretension. So I think it balances out the book. That's what I think.
The main thing is you start hating him at the beginning, and then, you know, like any other story, you soften up and understand where he's coming from, and by the end you're rooting for him, you know, even though, and somebody else pointed this out, he loses the eye. Sorry, spoiler. He loses the eye in it, and Asterios is from, I think it was from the Iliad?
Shield.
From Shield, yeah. That is the Cyclops. Asterios is a reference from the Iliad about the Cyclops.
There's also a recreation of
Ulysses,
Oedipus Rex.
Or
right?
Ulysses, sorry.
Ulysses,
But I just want to say this really quick. This is not a comic book for, you know, Iron Man, Armor Ward lovers and stuff like that, in the sense that this comic book will, and I don't mean to this in any way, calling it pretentious and doing that is not, like, this is maybe from where you're reading it from. I know you have a far better palette than that, but it's just a sense that this book he does show off. He does do all the Scott McCloud tricks and stuff like that, but it is so well done. I forgive all pretensions. I think it's a beautifully told story. I would use this as a textbook in a comic book artwork class in a second. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I would not recommend it.
Indie snob.
It's a bit of indie snob coming at me, for sure. Absolutely. 100%.
Without spoiler, guys, change the channel just for 10 seconds so I can ask the question, because there's going to be a little bit of a spoiler. Do the animals revolt against him at the end of the story? Or
no animals. No animals.
Okay, to break. We'll come right back.
Okay, hi. We're sitting here with. Do you want to give us your names first?
I'm Amelia. Kira.
And where are you guys from?
From Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Detroit.
Okay, and how long have you guys been dressing up as these characters?
About 12 years. Yeah. Only a few for me. This is like my third one.
And are you a fan of the Sandman comic book?
Yes, I am a lot. I like it. That's why I dressed up as Death.
Now, do you read the comic at all or just watch the cartoon?
Both. Mostly the cartoon.
Okay, and what do you guys think of the NoviCon? You guys have a good time here?
Yeah, this is my first time here, and there's a lot of people and a lot of vendors, and it's really great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight, and I love all the costumes. Everybody's really in a good mood today, so it's been fun.
Do you guys get a lot of attention dressing like this?
Yes, we've had to stop for 5 minutes. A little bit, but it's fun. Comic Book Syndicate, assemble!